Alright guys, my name is Jacob Miller. Welcome back to the Jacob Show, guys. Today is going to be a very, very special day because we are actually focusing on a on a section of my video series in terms of DeathBattle and theory talk, to where we debunk other theories and or DeathBattles, especially my own DeathBattles and theories, because there are some things I've actually got wrong in my videos in terms of like theories of DeathBattles, and there are some other things I've missed in those videos, and there's also things that have been missed slash that can be easily debunked in other videos that other people make in terms of DeathBattles and theories. So please don't call me a MatPat hater or that I'm jealous of MatPat, because I'm actually not. I'm actually subscribed to Game Theory and MatPat. Back then, I used to actually believe in MatPat's videos and that they're a fact. But these days, I've moved on to learn. I need to make my own opinions and my own calculations, and not just base my work on other people. So pretty much, this video is made to debunk MatPat's video. I'm not saying that I disagree with the results. He pretty much states that. I'm sorry. Hold up. He pretty much states that at the end of this video, he states that Miles Morales is the strongest film version of Spider-Man, and in the live action terms, Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire are pretty much equal, which according to the facts, according to the research and the data that I'm going to introduce, and in terms of the stuff that he missed and the stuff that he got wrong, it should be, for live action, and this is just my opinion, Tobey Maguire should have won. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not being biased towards Tobey Maguire. I like all these Spider-Men equally, even though I think that Andrew Garfield is a horrible Spider-Man. But there's still some strengths within Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. There's some strengths and there's some downsides to each of these Spider-Men and their portrayals in the movies. And yeah, but anyways, yeah, this is not a hate video towards MatPat, and I'm not jealous of MatPat. He kind of inspired me to make videos, and I'm not, and there's gonna be no bias in this video in terms of calculations and whatnot. So yes, let's get into the video. Okay, so in this video, he set up his ground rules, and he did set up the three categories: strength, web, and agility, aka Spider Sense. Before I actually dive into this video, however, even though I am 2 minutes and 18 seconds into this video, watch his video first before watching this, and then come back here. He pretty much does some really good calculations. The link will be on the upper right part of your screen. But yes, let's focus on the video and these three categories, because there's things that he misses and there's some things that he gets wrong. So yeah. Now in this section, MatPat says that compared to Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that Tom Holland is stronger than Tobey Maguire's than Tobey Maguire in terms of the strength category. Now, I don't know about you, but no, hold on. I'm sorry. You may be wondering, Jacob, how is that? Well, in Spider-Man Homecoming, Tom Holland Spider-Man held together a ferry boat in exactly 6 seconds together. But if you look very, very closely in the scene, you will see that the webs, of which is somewhat supporting Tom Holland holding together the boat, the webs are snapping, and in the background of which Tom Holland is holding it together, the webs are also snapping. We see this in the trailers. We see this in the exact film of Spider-Man Homecoming. So with the web snapping, we can then conclude as an audience that, oh, Tom Holland is either like if Tom Holland Spider-Man doesn't get help soon, then he's either going to be A, split in half, or B, the ferry is going to fall into the ocean because the webs weren't strong enough. And for Tobey B. Maguire, his feat is that he stopped a train in 74 seconds with his feet and his webs, and this train was going at a mileage of 80 miles per hour. So, what can we conclude? Well, we could basically say that Tobey B. Maguire, yeah, I think I would definitely agree that I would assume and agree slightly that Tom Holland is stronger, but I feel like MatPat kind of missed the fact of, like, number one, their age, and number two, the weight and how strong they are. Because sure, like, both of these guys are way stronger than average human, but in terms of, like, stopping a train and the gravity of which that train was going at and stopping it with that force, I feel like it's gonna be better than the Tom Hollands. But let's just move on to the Andrew Garfield side of this. Okay, so according to MatPat, the strongest feat of which Andrew Garfield Spider-Man did was the Amazing Spider-Man 1, to where Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was holding was holding on to a car while hanging upside down from a bridge within New York City. There's a problem with that statement is that and in my opinion, that's not the strongest feat of which he has done. I want to say it is Amazing Spider-Man 2. Andrew Garfield, like, literally held a cop car over his head. If you want a reference to which that feat is showcased, look at the scene in Spider-Man and Electro's first confrontation, at the scene where Electro is in a New York Times Square. That is pretty much where that feat is. And that's pretty much where MatPat kind of missed that. So again, he's not wrong. Andrew Garfield is definitely the weakest out of all the Spider-Man, but he kind of missed that feat. But let's, like, move on from this category to the web category. Okay, let's hear what he says.
Versatile, strongest web.
Remember this: most versatile, strongest web.
Spoiler alert, it's Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
No, it's not Tom Holland's Spider-Man. No, it's not, because okay, so let's look at according to MatPat, the best feat that Tom Holland has, which I will agree it is the best feat of which Tom Holland Spider-Man has. The Great Ferry Boat Scene. The problem with that was saying that he has that he's the best, that he wins the category of the webs, is yes, he does have the different types of webs. He has the web wings, the electric wings, and all sorts of, like, no, the electric wings, the taser webs, ricochet webs, grenade webs, and web wings. But the problem with that is that he doesn't have the strongest webs. You said the most versatile, strongest web. And that's the problem. He does have the most variations of webs, but he does have the strongest. You want to know why? Because in the Great Ferry Boat Scene, Tom Holland's webs were literally snapping apart in those 6 seconds of when Tom Holland was holding the boat together. And let's look at Andrew Garfield's feats for web durability. Andrew Garfield has, of course, electric-proof webs. Okay, that's pretty cool. He also created his own web fluid, and so did Tom Holland. Okay, that gives him a point there. But yet, okay, here's the thing though. Here is the kicker in all this, of which in my third recording of this video, I actually laughed at this part of which he said that Tom Holland wins the spiderweb durability is because if you look at basically Spider-Man 1 to where Andrew Garfield was literally holding a car while basically hanging off a bridge. If you look next to him, there are other cars hanging off of that exact same bridge, of which Andrew Garfield's spider webs are literally holding up. You can literally count how many cars are literally held up on those webs, and it's not like together, but it's like every single separate web. But yeah, if we look at Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Spider-Man in terms of web, he should win this because he has the most durable webs, and also he will not run out of webs. Looking at Spider-Man 1, we see Spider-Man holding on to a cable, and that cable connects to a cable cart, and that cable cart is literally holding some kids and some adults inside, and of course Mary Jane is basically holding on to Spider-Man in that scene, and Mary Jane was literally holding on to Spider-Man's webs. Which, what's this? Oh yeah, the webs don't snap. And guess what? They were hanging off a bridge. According to your calculations in terms of Newton's law of gravity, that should literally prove that Tobey Maguire has the stronger webs. That should literally prove it. But if you do not believe me, let's look at Spider-Man 2, to where Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man stops a train. But how does he do this? Well, he uses his feet to stop a train, which of course his feet were literally tearing through the wood of the train rails like paper mache, and that train was literally going 80 miles per hour. Now, let's look at the webs of which Tobey Maguire used in that scene. If you look at the webs, they do not, and I repeat, they do not break at all. They do not snap. He's literally holding onto them with the tightest grip that he can. He's literally about to snap himself, and which, of course, the pressure of which he's being pushed at in terms of 80 miles per hour, while also the webs. I'm sorry. We should conclude that, hey, Tobey Maguire has the stronger webs. Tobey Maguire definitely has the strongest webs. But you may not think that at all. But again, let's go and look at another scene. Spider-Man 3. Tobey Maguire clotheslined the new Green Goblin off his glider, in which he fell so hard that, off his glider, they dent some pipes here and there, landed on a vent, landed on a garbage dumpster, and he was put into a coma. And guess what? The web didn't snap. So, in conclusion, Tobey Maguire should win the web side of things. He doesn't come in second place. Nowhere near. He doesn't come in second place or even third place. He comes in first place because of the feats of which his webs pull. Tom Holland shouldn't even win this. Shouldn't even be considered the winner. Sure, he has the different variants, but he doesn't have the most durable webs. And also to add on to why Tobey Maguire takes first place in this category, he has a infinite supply of webbing depending on his mood. So, yeah. this part of this category is completely debunked. Let's just move on. Alright. So in this part of the video, MatPat's says that they both pretty much avoid bullet sprays. Okay, Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, yes, I agree with, but the scene of which he uses to say this statement is with the Tobey B. Maguire scene in Spider-Man 1, where Tobey B. Maguire dodges the Green Goblin's pumpkin bombs. I don't know about you, but looking at the frames per second of which they move, I can definitely conclude they are not bullet speed. They are nowhere near bullet speed. Like, sure, it's actually a very impressive feat that the Tobey B. Maguire Spider-Man pulls, but it's nowhere near bullet speed. Go ahead, try to prove me wrong by telling me in the comments your entire calculations of being like, so therefore pumpkin bombs are at bullet speed or at the bullet speed, but otherwise, this scene does not prove that the Tobey Maguire is at bullet speed dodging level. He also states that the movement speed of which Easy Spider-Man go at is not relevant since it's just small differences. No, because in geoscience, I've learned that the smallest calculation difference can give you the big results sometimes in terms of science and math and calculations. So, and he overlooks it. And I don't know about you, but at movement speed, you can also calculate, I want to say it's dodge speed, aka combat speed. So, MatPat, you got some explaining to do. Alright, so in this section of the video, he's basically saying that there's a theory that states that Tobey B. Maguire Spider-Man and Peter B. Parker from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse are the same person because originally Tobey B. Maguire was originally supposed to voice Peter B. Parker in the film. He just says that like the theory exists. The problem with that theory is that, well, let's go and look at this. So pretty much, the best example I could give is basically the Tara Strong voicing Harley Quinn comparison. I mean, okay, so Tara Strong voiced Harley Quinn in both the Arkham games and the animated Batman series. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're not the same Harley Quinn. Sure, they have the same voice actress and they're the same character, but they're not the same person. They don't share the same feats. They are not the same person. And this pretty much goes with this theory. Just because at one point they both shared the same voice actor or actress doesn't mean that they are the same person. And also he basically states that that at the end of the video he says that Miles Morales wins the fight. I agree with him there. And he also pretty much power scales Peter B. Parker to be equal to Tobey B. Maguire Spider-Man. No, do not, no. Literally, power scaling is looked down upon in terms of the debating and the DeathBattle community. It is looked down upon exactly. And I don't know about you, MatPat, but I don't know if you really want hate in your video, and I don't really think you want people to be like, you just power skilled, you power skiller, you just power skilled, this entire video is wrong. I don't know if you really want that. Me, personally, I think that power scaling is necessary in terms of death battles, in terms of like concluding who's going to win, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But yeah, MatPat, you got some things wrong. You kind of missed some things here and there, which I will kind of give you grace. I mean, you are human for missing those things, but for this video, you kind of, you missed some things, and you were ultimately wrong in this video. In my opinion, Tobey Maguire should have won this death battle, given the webbing, given literally giving the webbing if you don't include the black suit and the Iron Spire. Tobey B. Maguire should have won this. Andrew Garfield is obviously the weakest live action Spider-Man. But anyways, that's gonna be it for me, guys. If you did like this video, make sure you use the file smash on that like button to share this video with your friends. Comment down below. MatPat, if you are watching this video, no hate to you. You're a big inspiration to me for making videos on YouTube. But yeah, this theory that stuff out is debunked. Subscribe if you're new. Tap the bell icon to be notified of new videos. I'll see you next time on The Jacob Show. Bye-bye.